This is a Headgum podcast.
Sometimes when the world feels insane, you can take a little peek inside of Rachel's little brain. All these thoughts are swirling round and round inside. So join us on this journey as we take a little ride. We'll talk about dogs and kids and things. We'll talk about chicks and tampon strings. We'll talk about boys that make you cry. We'll talk about death, 'cause people die.
Are we ready?
We are.
Welcome to Broad Ideas. I don't know what that was.
Do it again.
Welcome to Broad Ideas. That was like, no, I don't even know. Hi, guys. Why? Why silence when I say hi or hello? Look at her. Do you see the way she's looking at me?
There's
Kevin?
been a pattern on the last few intros where Olivia's giving you the cold shoulder.
What the hell is that? Why?
Have you ever been in?
She's mad that she has to come to my house for dinner after baseball tonight. That's what's happening.
No, it's like being in a relationship where you know the thing that's going to poke the bear. And so you do it to get a reaction.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
I'm just poking the bear.
Hey, speaking of bears, can we
wow.
talk about my...
Yeah. Well played.
Can we talk about my favorite sweatshirt?
It's great.
Is it a bear or a deer? It's beer.
Beer.
Wow.
And it says BEER underneath.
I
it's a
never
bear
put
with
that
antlers.
together.
What?
No, I just thought it was like a
Asking,
bear
like-
and being like, beer?
Oh, it has antlers, Olivia. The bear has
I'm with
antlers.
Olivia. I just
Didn't get it.
As you explained it, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Same.
No, it's just a bear that wants beer.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, that's
made sense to
that's
me.
My vintage sweatshirt I've had for a very long time.
Looks comfy.
It's very comfy. I'm also in my Pilates clothes, but covered in a nice coat, so you don't really know.
But you told us, so we do.
Now you do.
I love a large vintage comfy sweatshirt. It's the
Yeah.
best.
Who
Nothing.
doesn't?
Exactly. That's a red flag. If they're like, that's
Kevin.
not my thing, we're out.
That's a red flag.
Yeah.
for
Ew.
sure.
Yeah.
Like if someone's like that, I don't like that.
Uh-huh.
Do you kind of feel like Zoe might not like that?
She might not like that.
No, Zoe
She
Winkler,
might want
our
a
little
new
love
one.
bug. She might need a new sweatshirt.
But she's allowed to like and want whatever she wants.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I will stand by it.
Yep. We'll stand by Zoe for life. Zoe Winkler. Dear, sweet, love, best person ever.
Ultimate.
The ultimate.
She's the ultimate.
Like, she actually is the Fonz.
Yeah. He's got nothing on her. He does have, he's got a lot, actually. Take that back. Scrap that. Burn it.
Zoe, let's talk to her.
Okay.
This is fun to be the guest.
This is so fun. Well, it's so weird to have you as the
I'm really
guest.
I know, because I just have to say, and we always agree on this, we may say this sometimes, but we actually mean it when we say you are our fucking favorite person.
It's true.
You guys
Zoe-
are mine.
No, like if anybody needs their own, like just a camera following you in life at all times,
Yep.
it's you.
Well,
Would you do that?
would never.
Why?
Never?
Because I would like ruin my whole family. I would like take us all down. Like I would say something. I would have like an altercation. I don't even know.
I know
No.
we've been all asking that since day one.
Mm-hmm.
Since
Yeah.
like the whole sensation of reality TV. We're like, where's your show?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What about stand up?
Oh my God, are you crazy? No, I don't. No,
Yeah.
I don't like tell jokes.
Wait, you're the funniest person
You don't
on
have
earth.
to. You just
don't.
have to stand there and talk.
And I swear to God, sometimes like I don't think it's being funny. And I
That's
used to
what's
think
so
people
funny.
were laughing at me, and now I realize, like, because I would be like, I don't think that was funny, But I don't know. I mean, it's just like I think it's just my personality,
Yeah.
and I think that I'm super open. But like, I mean, this is it. This is as far as I go.
What about writing?
I wouldn't know where to start. If I had a ghostwriter and I
Yeah.
could just like talk, maybe I would love that.
That exists. and,
Yeah.
like,
Well, there
that
is
can
AI
happen.
now where you can just record it in and then
Yeah.
it can be. Only because your voice is one of the most unique voices there's ever been.
Oh my gosh, guys.
It's true.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That makes me so happy.
It is true.
That's really nice.
We love you.
I
We
love you.
And we've
I'm so
known you for
excited.
so long.
So I was thinking about that on the drive over here. Like, I think we met when I was 18.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Because
Yeah.
then you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds
What?
right.
She what?
No, because 18, I would have been. Anyways, yes, that makes total sense.
Aren't we the same
No.
age? No.
I think you guys might be.
You're 81?
80.
80. I thought you were 80. I'm 81.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a little bit younger than me.
Yeah,
That's barely.
This all sounds really
count.
shady.
But
You're
then
like,
it
you're
sounds so shady.
But
then my dad worked as like a background person on Happy, Days.
yeah.
So he says that he thinks that you and I met when we were kids.
Really?
Which I'm sure we did.
We probably did.
Yeah, because he actually knew your dad.
Yeah,
He
we
wasn't
spent
just-
so much time at that set.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you did too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know. But my dad has always said that. So we'll just count it as like that as well.
Yeah.
He,
And we
wa-
grew up
he
in
was
the
a
valley.
background artist. Is that what you said?
Yeah. He was background on Happy Days.
That's legit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
that's
to even-
something.
Yeah. To even be on that set.
I'm trying to think if I was actually ever on that set. I must have been somewhere. Anyway, doesn't matter. Does not matter. Your dad, the icon that he is, not only is he an icon for his career, he is the nicest human on this planet.
He really is.
He will like the most genuine, kindest.
He really is. It's weird. I remember when I was in college and I just started at I went to Wisconsin for college and I met this girl and she's now a really good friend of mine. But I met her and I guess I like didn't remember meeting her. I was so overwhelmed and I was anxious and my first time leaving Los Angeles. And she was like, "Are you adopted?" And I was like, "No, why?" Like, why would you think that? And she was like, "Your dad's so nice and you're so not."
Oh
and I was
my
like, "Oh my God."
Ew.
Yeah, but meanwhile, she's like a friend of mine now. But I'll never forget. I literally was like, I'm so like, I think he's so kind that sometimes it's almost like, is he on drugs? But he's not. It's just his personality.
It's just
He's
It's
natural.
consistent.
yeah, he's very, very, very kind and gentle. I think that's why he like gets along with kids so well.
Yeah.
He just, he really like is a very sweet person. He really
It's
is.
abnormal.
Yeah, it is.
It's like so next level and you feel so cared for and you feel like seen and appreciated.
Yeah.
I remember one night I had booked a part and my mom wasn't doing well. And you guys had dinner for me at your parents' house because it was playing. And I watched it and I hated it. And I was so upset. And I like was like holding back tears. And he came up to me and he said, "What are you feeling?" And I said, "I'm feeling awful. And I feel like it was really bad." And he's like, "What did you not like?" And I told him, I was like, "I don't like the way my voice sounded." And I thought he was going to be like, "Everybody feels that way." He looked at me and he said, "Then get voice lessons." And
That's
I did.
amazing.
And I did.
Oh
but
my
like,
gosh.
how
Yeah.
helpful.
But it was so
He's so
helpful. It was like I'm going to talk to you like a dad.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not just going to give you what you want to hear.
Right.
I'm going to say something that's actually going to help you. And then I did go get voice lessons because of that.
Oh, he's so.
That is so
Yesterday
Yeah.
I was there and I was dropping off a check or something and I was like, "Can you give this or can you do something?" And I did a heart and he was like, "That is such a good heart." And I was like, and his assistant was like, "Oh my God." And I realized like everything I did kind of like he was always like they were very strict, my parents, and they were also like, very we had a very open relationship so we could talk to him about anything, but everything I did my dad thought was amazing and everything I did my mom thought was annoying. So it was so funny like the two, it really worked out.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
know you can always count on C's candy.
You can
lollipops,
always, still to this day.
in your parents'
Yeah.
house.
My kids do sports class there. Like when all of my kids did a sports class there at some point, like in kindergarten and preschool. And there was a huge bowl of C's candy, and all the kids would come in after and get a C's candy.
How
Yeah, it's so
cute.
cute. Now that I have a first grader, no one's really doing. And he, of course, hates sports, so none of those. It's over. Yeah, the sports
It's
class is
over.
over. But We'll do something else there.
Can we bring back, like, what happened to the 4th of July parties?
Oh my gosh, we used to have the craziest 4th
Zoe.
of July parties.
What? Like, why can't we relive
We
them?
should. We
Why?
should.
Like, I want the
We
blankets on the
should.
lawn.
Yes,
I want
we
Pink's
should.
hot dogs.
Yes, let's do it.
And, like, now it'll be, like, families.
let's do it
and
this year for 4th of July.
We leave. Let's do it
Oh.
next year.
Okay, next year.
leave?
Yeah, we're going to be in Pittsburgh.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're both going to Pittsburgh?
I'm not going to
Oh.
No, not we.
You were like, we. We are going. I was like, what are you doing in Pittsburgh?
I'm not going to Pittsburgh.
No. Next year?
Yeah, let's do it next year.
That would make me like, we never had to even think about 4th of July.
I know, it was so much fun. And I stopped doing it. I don't know when, but I really want to keep doing it because 4th of July, I always I'm like, what should we do? You know, unless you're out of town.
Right.
It's
Like that was
kids.
the
Have it.
best.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah.
I want to bring it back. And I also want to talk about how generous you are. This is like
This
your
is why you're
wedding
here.
speech.
I love it
Oh
so
my
much.
God.
I've never
Did I
listened.
tell you what Leah and I came up with one day?
No.
Oh my God. So, obviously, we've been friends since we were 18, and we ended up going out of town when it was your wedding.
Yes.
And that was horrendous. It was
It's okay.
horrible.
She went out of town for my baby shower too.
I did. We went out of town. We weren't well. You know
we
what
were
I mean?
young also.
We-
Like, I got married. I mean, I was 28.
You got married young,
And you
but
had babies
I was-
before you
Yeah.
guys did, right? So I think, like, you don't really know until you go through it, like,
What
how
it
important it
means.
is, you know?
right.
Yeah.
I
So
don't think so. Yeah.
we have lived with this regret.
They were still drinking. I
We
think
were
is
still
what she's
drinking.
getting at.
We were not doing well.
Right.
And like we made choices that were not great choices. Anyways, we went to Hawaii for some thing. We missed your wedding. Have never been able to live with ourselves since that day. I'm not kidding. I still have dreams about it.
Oh my gosh.
I think through the years I've texted you like, I need you to know how much I love you and I'm so sorry.
so
She's never done that for me for my baby
I've
shower.
never brought it up once.
It's fine.
So I called Leah one day. This was probably like a year ago. And I was like, what if we threw Zoe a wedding?
guys. My wedding was one of my
I
favorite days of my
know.
life, so I would really love that.
Another
I would
one.
Yeah.
love another
A
one.
do-over.
Yeah, I always say to Rob, like, let's do it again, and he's like, never. It was like I loved my wedding. I mean, I was definitely sad that you were not there, but I definitely I loved that day.
She was sad.
I was.
She
sad.
was
I
not.
was sad.
Yeah, she
I was
was
sad.
bummed on us.
Yeah.
We didn't. That wasn't the
I was
right decision.
disappointed. I wasn't
Yeah.
like
It wasn't
angry.
the right decision.
But
No.
we all have made so many decisions over the years that were not the right decisions.
Yeah.
And
Ask me where I was
long
for her
list.
baby shower.
where were you?
Burning Man.
It's true. She went to fucking Burning Man. Never
That's
gonna let her
amazing.
live that down.
Burning Man.
I'm gonna throw you a baby shower
At
and you a
Burning Man?
wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, let's all go to Burning Man and do a
Zoe
wedding.
I would
Burning Man?
never. I could never. I've never been to Coachella. Like a festival and me are just not a thing.
But that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
That's what I want this
Maybe
the
that should
reality
be when,
show.
yeah, that should be the reality show. Is like, let's take Zoe to Coachella. I would be so upset.
Zochella.
It's funny. A couple weekends ago, Rob was going. He's obsessed with. My husband is obsessed with Dead and Co. And he loves going to the
okay.
concerts. And one of my friends was like, "Let's all go." And I was like, "You don't understand. Like, if I were there, I would ruin your time. Like, I would just ruin it for you. And I wouldn't mean to, but like, I can't. It would be like such a bummer that it would just like not be the vibe. So I'm just gonna stay home." And
do
Rob
all
went to
the
Vegas, and I
wives?
stayed home. What?
Do all the wives stay home? Because everyone is like, oh, my husband's at Fish or
I don't know. I
The
mean, it
Dead
just like
or-
doesn't interest me at all. And I feel like
I
it's
would
usually
not.
like a boys' trip, I think. But this one was a bunch of my friends went.
Oh.
oh, they did.
Oh yeah, they all went, and I just was like, I'm so sorry, I can't. I
I mean,
join
I'm
you.
with you. I don't know that I
Yeah.
could like jam
Yeah.
out, quote unquote, for like
for hours.
4 hours.
It's hours.
In a dome.
Yeah,
Yeah, but then
and
like,
like, where?
could
How do
you?
you get out of there? I want to know.
I could do it.
Like
Yeah.
not on mushrooms or anything.
Yeah.
Just like
I could do
chilling.
it. I kind of want to do it because I'm like, it's almost like,
That I could do more than a Fish concert. Fish is
Oh, I
a
don't
hard
even.
no for
yeah,
me.
I can't. I don't even know a single Fish song.
I don't. Well, there's just music.
it's just like a
right?
lot of music.
Oh, it's not singing.
Are you a fish head, Kevin?
Not really.
Is that what, isn't it like? Oh no, it's a dead head. What's the fish?
It's a dead head.
But fish isn't
Fish
there like
head.
a term for fish?
a
people?
fisher?
Let me see.
A fisherman. A fish.
A fishy?
A fishy.
That works for me.
Aficionado?
Yeah.
It is fish heads.
It's fish heads?
Okay, it is.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. I saw it at the Hollywood. I drove by. I saw them all going.
Yeah. I remember when you used to live right by the Hollywood Bowl.
Leah and I lived right behind the
I
Hollywood
remember
Bowl.
that apartment.
Oh my God. That was the,
I remember that apartment. We would all get ready there and then we'd go out.
oh my God, to the clubs.
Yeah. Oh my God, those clubs.
IQ Mix is a zero sugar drink mix from IQBar that hydrates, boosts your mood, and promotes mental clarity. Hello.
It has
Love it.
3 times the electrolytes of other sports drinks and is packed with electrolytes and nutrients shown to support sustained cognitive and physical performance.
IQ Mix is also free from gluten, which is great for me, sugar, soy, and GMOs. It's even certified vegan and kosher.
With over 20,000 5-star reviews and counting, more people than ever are starting their days on the right foot with IQBar's brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees.
I love it. It actually is something I grab before I go to the gym, and it helps me wake up. The coffee does, and the bars give me the protein so I don't get shaky and jittery. And anyone who knows me knows I'm really passionate about staying hydrated. And that's why I'm excited to share my love for IQ Mix. It's not just any drink. It's a delicious way to nourish my body.
I am picky about what I put into my body, and I trust IQ Mix completely. It is packed with healthy ingredients that provide me with all-day energy and mental clarity. With IQ Mix, I feel like I can conquer my day.
And you do. And right now, IQBar is offering our special podcast listeners 20% off of all IQBar products. Plus, get free shipping. To get your 20% off, text IDEAS to 64,000. That's IDEAS to 64000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details.
If you're looking for clean, non-toxic switches as we head into summer, I know I am, your skincare routine is a great place to start. Dime, founded by a master esthetician, is more than just a skincare company.
With 4 conscious categories, skincare, beauty, body care, and fragrance, Dime offers simple, spa-worthy products made with clean, non-toxic ingredients so that you can feel good about what you're putting on your skin.
In the summer, with sunscreen, I am so picky in particular with what I'm putting on myself and what I am putting on my daughter. And I am loving the Wonderscreen SPF 30 from Dime. Not only is it a clean, mineral-based sunscreen, but it has 19% zinc oxide, which helps block UVA and UVB rays. Plus, it's not greasy and doesn't leave a white cast. And they have 3 tinted glow shades as well as the untinted version. Skincare that doubles as makeup. Yes, and please, and thank you.
I love it so much. Dime also just came out with a new nourishing cleansing oil that is so luxurious. It melts away makeup, SPF, dirt, debris, you name it. It works so well, and I love how soft my skin feels afterwards. Finally, a true, clean, cleansing oil.
With thousands of glowing 5-star reviews and a loyal community, the results speak for themselves. Revive your skin and give yourself a clean routine refresh you deserve. Go to dimebeautyco.com today. That's dimebeautyco.com, dimebeautyco.com.
Yeah, I think Rob and I are fascinated by like the youth of now. Like,
Right.
do they go out? Like,
No.
because they don't go out in Hollywood. They go out in Venice. We
Is
we
that a
asked
thing?
some like young.
Oh,
One of my
really?
babysitters is 24 and she's so cute. She just graduated from USC, and we were asking like, where do you guys go out? Like, because we would all go out in Hollywood,
Yeah.
but
Right.
now I think people
not
go
the
out like
thing.
in Venice and stuff.
But they just go to bars or to people's
just to
houses,
bars.
right?
Yeah, it's like a whole different. It's so different now.
we
It's
had
not like
a
an
good
actual
time.
club.
We had a time.
We had
a time. It
time.
was a
did.
club with dance floors and like every
We
top
had
like pop star on
everybody.
that dance floor.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it was different.
it was different.
It was fun.
It was,
It was
so
so
fun.
fun.
It was so fun. And then we'd go to after hours after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
lived.
remember one
we
time.
did.
I'll never forget this story of when you.
Oh, God.
no.
What did I do?
We can always cut things. It's just funny. You ran into someone. I don't know if it was like a cousin or like someone.
A car? Like in a car?
No,
I
you
didn't run
ran
over
into someone.
somebody.
We were out.
No,
No, we were
wait,
out.
what did I do?
And they were like, Zoe, we went to high school together. And you're like, oh my God, that's so amazing. And then you grabbed their beer out of their hand and walked away. And I was just like, what is that?
Maybe your Wisconsin friend.
Right. That sounds exactly like something I would do. Oh my
Right?
God. That's so great. Thank you.
That's what happened. I was like, I'm sorry.
That is amazing.
And I remember being like, Zoe, you just like took their beer. And you were like, I did. Like, I was like, 100%.
That's amazing. That sounds so. That's exactly why I can't do a reality show. Because that sounds like something I would do now, then, anytime.
Yeah, but we would binge it.
Right.
We would binge it. Because the thing is that like, okay,
Rob would divorce me.
he
Rob would
can't.
leave. I know he can't.
He's so stuck.
He's so stuck. He's so.
How long have you guys been together?
We've been together. Well, we met when I was 24, turning 25.
That's insane.
And we will be married 16 years this June.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Crazy. I can't believe it.
I remember when you met him,
Oh, God.
you were living in that
In that apartment. Like
On
Red by
Robbins
Beverly?
Drive. Yep.
Yeah.
And your mom had the
9959
dishes on
Robbins
the
Drive.
like it was dialed in.
My mom made my apartment look exactly like her house.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was so good.
It was so good.
Rob came in and he was like, "Who lives here, Grandma?" And I was like, "No, me. This is my apartment."
I remember though it never feeling like it was your apartment and your mom made it like a mini your house.
Mm-hmm.
But it felt so temporary for you. Whereas like the rest of us kind of you know what I mean? Belonged in the apartment longer.
Yeah, no, I loved that apartment, and I have such great memories in that apartment, but I can't, like, it feels like so long ago.
Yeah.
It just feels like a whole other world,
Mm-hmm.
you know? I mean, in that apartment before I met Rob, I was like a party girl times 1,000. I was out every night.
Yeah.
Except the weekends probably, but like I was out every night. I don't even know what I was doing. Like I was insane.
We all were.
Yeah, we all were.
We all were.
We all were.
And
I remember Minka Kelly was my neighbor.
I remember that.
in that apartment?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's how we met.
Oh my God.
Why were we all so insane? Was it just like a culture time? Like, okay, so take us back. You have the same group of friends.
I do. I have the
How
same
long?
group of friends. We've been friends since, I met Allison when I was in preschool.
That's
crazy.
Which is crazy. Yeah. And I met, all of them I met in, elementary school. And they're still my friends. Like, and we still see each other all the time and talk. I mean, I talk to them. We're on a group chat and it's every day we're texting all day long. But you guys are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really like an amazing thing because when you have friendships that have lasted for so many years, like they've seen you through all the different phases and there's so many phases of life,
Yeah.
So many.
And so there's like this unspoken safety, I think, and comfort that like I've tried to make new friends. Like I've tried to make like mom friends.
Yeah.
And there's like a few that have stuck around, maybe like 2 or 3, but the rest are just fucking freaks. And like I am just like, but you don't always know at the beginning. So you're like, oh, this person's cool. And then they do something and you're just like, oh my God, like that's terrifying. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And so that has been the hardest thing for me, I think, is because I don't know who I was when I was younger is so different than who I am now. I mean, that's how it's supposed to go.
Right.
But that friendship has like survived. And sometimes I like think it's amazing to meet adult friends because you meet them sort of like where you're at and you find this like commonality now versus when you were, 7 or 13.
Right.
But I haven't been able really to find that same comfort or I don't know. It's just like you don't have to ever think around them. You know,
it's
you
the
just
best feeling.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about this a lot lately we read an amazing book, and it just like got us thinking.
What
and
book?
It's called How to Break Up with Your Friends.
Oh.
And we're not breaking up.
Okay, good. I was like,
Today.
is this the moment?
We want to tell you something.
Okay.
No, but it just has us examining friendships.
Yeah.
And so the tricky part with being friends with people for that amount of time is most of the time you grow at different speeds.
100%.
Right? So there's some times where you're pulling them up or you're backing away or you're coming closer. Like you can't all grow at the same speed at the same time.
Right.
Right. And these relationships are what actually, I'm not going to say matter more than family, but they're the ones.
Well, they're your chosen
yeah.
family.
But they're the ones who see you through the first romance to the,
Yeah.
sometimes people with divorce, sometimes having kids, to losing parents. Like these are the people that are going to go through all of that
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hard to curate that comfort with new people.
Yeah. Like even if I don't see you guys for a year, when
Oh,
I'm
it's-
around you guys, it feels
yeah.
like home.
Exactly.
You know? And so I think that that's like, it's really hard to, also I feel like it's like in this life, you have like not that much, you know, you think like, oh, we have so much time, but
Nope.
life is so short. And the time that you spend like outside of your family or work or whatever, it has to, for me, it has to like really feel cozy to me.
Yep.
Or I don't want to do it.
Me too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the key to
And
it.
I won't do it
Right.
anymore. Like I just will
No,
say like,
you-
I'm so sorry. I really, that sounds horrible. Like I don't want to do that.
Like, I'm not going to Vegas.
Yeah, no, I just like, and also like that my friends in that moment were like, one of them was like, this is so not you. And someone might throw up on your shoe and you're just like really not going to like this. I'm telling you right now. And I was like, you're right.
Yeah.
Like, this is not me. And I'm trying to do it for you. So thanks for like giving me the out. Cause like, you know, that like it wouldn't be fun
Right.
for you
Right.
or me.
So that's a good friend.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And also in these comfort groups, like obviously in your group, you have some like mega famous whatever
Yeah.
and going through all that.
Yeah.
But it's still the same friendship,
Yeah.
you know? Which
And
is
it
like,
feels like, I don't know, it just feels like it's not even, you forget.
yeah, it's like,
And,
not a
and then
thing.
like you go out and you're like, oh,
Oh, that's right.
that's right. I mean, I'm sure that when we were hanging out, you were at like the top of like the OC, whatever. And it was crazy going out with you. But like when we were home, we would forget,
right,
you know?
Right.
You were at the very beginning
It
of
was
like
the
this.
very beginning.
Yeah. And you've kept this incredible career all these years. Like that's really hard to
Thanks,
do.
Zoe.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it is, I just think it is interesting, like talking about like the growing, you know, and all of it and the people. But I
Yeah.
do think if you meet young, and it's not everybody, because there are relationships that have definitely,
Oh, yeah.
you know, broken up.
And I have I went through a friend breakup
You
and it
did.
was
Did you?
so painful. Oh my God.
Oof.
And it was so painful. And we've since like come back together in a different way. Like,
Yeah.
but we were friends my whole life, you know, and we just, I think it just kind of had to happen. And, but I was like devastated. I mean, it's like you're losing a family member, you
Yeah.
know?
Was it because like an event, like something happened?
It was just like bound to happen at some point.
right.
Right.
And it did. And it was so dramatic and insane. And then life happened and we just realized that like that wasn't really like that important, you know, in the scheme
right.
of things. Like,
Right.
you know, so we don't have to be talking all the time and we don't have to be, but like we'll always be there for each other, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
I think that is just like,
You can move past it. and-
yeah.
But it's almost like once the toothpaste is out of the tube,
Yeah.
there
It's
is no
really hard
putting
to-
it back.
No, none.
And so those things can happen. You can move past them and always have love for the person, but it's not like you can go back to what it was before.
No. And I think that that's okay. I think
I
that like
agree.
relationships change and they grow and they, you know, and if you're going in one direction and there's certain friendships that like can go in different directions and then they always come, when they come back together, it feels like no time has passed. And then there's
Yep.
certain, you know, friendships where you're just like, I don't align. We're not connecting at the same, we're not on the same vibration. That's what my healer says.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, it's
Our
true.
energies aren't matching at the moment. And then and then it's not like a negative thing. It's not like your energy's bad, my energy's bad, yours is good, you know, whatever it is. It's just like, this isn't, and also if it doesn't make me feel good,
Mm-mm.
like and I'm not saying I need someone to be like telling me that
We'll
I'm
tell
amazing
you
all the time.
everything, every day.
But I just mean like if I feel bad about myself around somebody,
No.
like I can't do it. Like
Right.
it's just like it's not worth it. And that's different than like somebody coming and giving me like amazing, constructive criticism. Like that I can take.
Yeah.
But if it's someone like trying to like make me feel bad, I can't do it. And I feel like also when there is somebody in the group that is famous, I think it's really comforting to have people around you that were your friends before, will be your friends always, and like don't want anything from you.
Right.
I think that's like, I mean,
No, it's a big deal.
yeah.
But you also grew up with an incredibly famous father.
Yeah.
So you already had that.
That was why.
I mean, he
think
was
it made
the
me
fucking
crazy.
Fonz.
Yeah.
But like, you already
made me,
had that.
Yeah. Well, I found out actually on Tuesday that I have OCD.
You didn't know?
Like officially?
I don't
Hold
even
on.
know. Also, like I was told that I had ADD when I was younger,
Yeah.
and I didn't. I actually have OCD, and so I like would always think that like I just like thought differently, and I know that like I get like stuck on things. I don't have like the OCD where I have to like clap 3 times before I like leave the
Right.
house, but I like just get stuck on thoughts. And I remember like with my dad being so public and like people always staring that I felt like I had to overcompensate so that like they would like me and not think I was like whatever they thought I was instead of just like being myself. And so I would almost be like 2 separate people kind of. I'm always who I am, but like I would just like try so hard. I don't know, with a famous parent. It's a different kind of thing. And I feel like when you grow up with a famous parent, it's like a club. Because other people, you can't imagine what it's like. And it's amazing. And I have so many like amazing opportunities because of it. Like nobody would have ever like let my mom and I do a podcast. You know what I mean? Or like,
Dude, you were born for it.
maybe, but like millions of people are, but it definitely helped. And I was like, and he will be on it. Like he's going to do it too, you know? Like, and I'd be like, Dad, come on in, but I just mean like, there's so many great things, but it also is like, it's such a mind fuck.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder because, my daughter has a father who's like in one of the biggest franchise, if not the biggest.
Yeah.
And I took her to like a premiere because his movie was being re-released, and she watched her dad like come on stage and the reaction. And I'm wondering like, but to her, it's not anything. Does that make sense? She's
I won't even watch my dad.
Right.
It like upsets me. I don't know why. I find it like so.
He's so good.
I find it like repulsive. I don't know why.
I
Like,
get that.
When I watched Barry, I was so upset. Like when he died, I cried. Or didn't die, when they like framed him for murder. I don't even know what they did, but I cried like hysterically. Like Rob was like, "Are you okay? Are you good?" Like it's acting. I was like, "Oh, I just like don't like it." Like I just
can't see.
And I wonder how she.
I just wonder because she obviously, and she sees the stuff and at the conventions and like whatnot.
Right. Does she like tell, like, is she like, my dad is
Not
and
at
my
all.
mom is? Oh, yeah.
Not at all.
Do you guys talk to her about it? Do you like prep her like your daddy's going to get up and everybody's going to... Because like even the videos of him at conventions and stuff like that,
It's
people
pretty
are
wild.
going ham
It was
for
wild.
him.
Like he surprised people at the El Capitan for like the whatever or a screening, and it was actually kind of insane. But I've seen it before because I had been to like a Star Wars celebration, and she has too. So I just think because it started so young,
it's just like part of her life.
Part of her life.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And she never talks about it. Like my dad, will kill you because he's Darth Vader.
Right.
Like.
But
it's
also
like,
like it's cool. Like to me, I'm like it. I feel like obviously the term Nepo baby and all of that stuff is so wildly used, and we see it in this industry and every industry. Every industry has it, right? And it's made to sound so negative. But what about the kids that are going through it? And it's like, there's a part of it that is really cool. Like if I was sitting there and I saw my mom go up on stage and everyone was going crazy because of something she did.
That hasn't happened.
My mom?
No. Me.
Oh, no.
Yes, it has. She just hasn't been there for it.
When Broad Ideas goes on tour. No, but what I'm saying is there's also something that I feel like is taken from children of famous parents where it's like not to brag or not to overdo it. But there's a part of it that's like, it is really fun.
Yeah.
And exciting. And like she's also allowed to enjoy that, right?
Right.
And I wonder if it would be different if, well, not to say that like boys are necessarily into Star Wars more than girls, but I do think like boys are more excited that that was her dad than she, you know what? I'm not going to go there because of whatever. Because everybody likes Star Wars. Stupid.
I mean, my kids love
I know.
Star Wars. I saw a video of Hayden and everyone was going crazy.
Yeah.
And Shepard was sitting next to me and he's like, what are you watching? He's like barely saying it. Like, he's like, what is that? And I said, that's Briar's daddy. And he was like, what? Like literally losing it. And it was cute
Yeah,
to
it's
see
sweet.
his
Yes.
friend's daddy.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
I
For
thought it
sure.
was adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is cute.
It is.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like there is a part that it's like almost like you have to privately celebrate that, you know?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I definitely like always celebrated it.
Good. Okay, good.
But I think I did it because I was so used to people liking me for that reason that I thought that they'd only like me for that reason. So I always
Right.
led with that. Like if somebody wasn't being like
Oh, yeah.
exactly how like
What would you
I
say?
assumed that
I
they should
remember.
be, I would like like work it into the conversation. And then inevitably their actions would change. So I saw that like that was sort of like currency, I think.
Yeah.
And I think it like it wasn't great for my self-esteem. but I think that was just like I would notice like people treat you so differently.
Yeah.
And they treat you differently if you're alone versus like when you're with that person.
But what about your kids?
I mean, my kids are like, Ace is not like that. Jules told everyone at his summer camp that my best friend was Kim Kardashian and that she was coming to pick him up. And
That's a flex.
That is a flex.
yeah. And I was like,
And you were like, Kim, you better get
I was
him
like,
right
you have to
now."
come pick him up. Like, can you come? She was like, okay. Like, what day? She's so good like that. She's just the fucking best. I was saying this like on my podcast. I was talking about how like everybody at school, at my son's school, was like talking to me about the bar mitzvah. And they were like, Monroe's excited. And I'd be like, who's Monroe? And like, why is everyone so excited? And then I realized they all knew that she was going to be there. So it was like,
yeah.
it was like, it was
Yeah.
such a, and it was so wild. But I like, you forget. Like, I was like, Ace, why is everyone like freaking out about your bar mitzvah? Like, what do I have to do? Do I have to get like a special guest? Like, like, what's happening? And then he was like, Mom. And I was like, oh, okay.
I'm dead.
But
That's
yeah,
really
I mean,
funny.
and then Gus is like, tells every single person. My papa's a famous actor.
Oh.
He's just like, before
I like that
he
Jules
can
goes
speak.
for
Yeah,
Kim.
yeah. And then Gus
is like
goes
the
for,
Fonz.
yeah. He goes
Yeah.
for, my papa's a famous actor, so I'm going to be an actor. That's what he says.
That's really
That is
cute.
really cute.
You bring up an important point, though, that about the self-esteem,
Yeah.
which I think is so important to talk about. I was realizing that I found myself doing it in a way like, oh, I have this thing in my pocket, which I deem makes me likable,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I started thinking about that going, what is that? Why is not being you enough?
I know.
So, and I watched a mom who, she's beautiful. And I see people treat her different
Mhm.
than they treat other people. My mom.
Oh, your mom.
I'm saying
Yes.
my mom
Got it.
just being pretty
Yeah, yeah.
is treated different.
Mhm.
Everywhere we go, people will come up to her like she's famous.
Mhm.
The doctors treat her different. The people treat her different. And I think it's given her self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at that and go, that's not a valid form of self-esteem, nor is who I'm friends with or
Mhm.
what I do or who I know or
Right,
what
or who
I
your
look
dad is or anything like that.
any
Yeah.
of it. So then, if none of that matters, what is the root of self-esteem and how does one develop it?
Oh my God, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I that's like the one thing that I always want my kids, I always say like, I don't care if they get straight A's. Like, I just want them to be kind and I want them to have a really good sense of self, because I think that if you have a strong sense of self, then life just is a bit easier.
Mhm.
Like, I just think like things don't get you like so like down in the same way. Like you don't get like bogged down with all the same stuff if you know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whoever that is. I don't care, you know, and what whoever they are is who they are, you know? But I don't know. I try to just sort of like encourage them to be themselves, but I really don't know. I've dealt with self-esteem issues my whole life, and I don't even know why. And I grew up with parents who were like, "You are amazing. Like anything you just walked. That was so great. You know,
Yeah.
like anything." And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I want to know because I
Me
want to
too.
give that to my kids. And I'd like that for me and for everyone I know. Like that's such a great thing to feel.
Yeah, it's like when you sell a house and they say, okay, it's time to remove contingencies.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what does self-esteem look like when you remove contingencies?
Right.
And to me, I'm like, that's the goal personally, and then also for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
That it's not if you're a good baseball player. It's not if you're, it's not any of those things because they can all change.
Right.
You know?
Right. And they will change.
And they will change.
They'll all that stuff will change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I finally got a sense of self like in my 30s. Like, I don't think like I think honestly, it's when I started This Is About Humanity.
That's what I was going to just ask.
I think that's like when I started my nonprofit with my two incredible partners. I feel like that's when I finally had like a sense of self because it was something that we built together
Mm-hmm.
and that I felt really, really, really strongly about and passionate about. And it had nothing to do with anything else except for like a need that we saw needed to be met. And I love that. And that is when like I found like my passion. I loved being a teacher and I love being a mom. So I think like honestly, that's like where my self-esteem started to like come from and also being a mom.
Right.
That was a big, huge turning point for me in my life.
Tell us about your nonprofit.
So This Is About Humanity is 7 years old almost. And we are a like organization that's dedicated to raising awareness and educating people on the families that have been separated at the U.S.-Mexico border. And the most important thing about it is that it's not political in any way. I mean, I know that the idea of immigration, it's not really about immigration. It's about human beings and humanity. That's literally all it's about. And so I think people have a really hard time separating the two. And that's like our hope is that we can help you to realize that this isn't about like Republicans, Democrats, it doesn't matter. Like it's just about humanity. And so, so it's been going on now for 7 years. We built a kitchen. We actually took over World Central Kitchen's kitchen in Tijuana, and we feed over 3,100 people a day.
So great.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So we're on track to feed 1 million people this year, which is like insane. And I think once I started just becoming passionate about things that, I don't know, filled me and like my bucket. I don't know. I've started to feel like more like, okay, I'm more sure of who I am now because I have these things that I love and that, you know, that when you start to like build things or when you parent or when you have something that's kind of your own, it just feels different, I think, when you're not in someone else's, you know.
Right. I think a lot of that, you know, and it was in your 30s and whatever. And I just think with age and kids and everything else, it really does start to put things into perspective differently.
Beyond.
Yeah.
I can't believe that I'm 44. Like I'm shook by it.
Yeah.
When my babysitter comes over and I'm like, think we're the same, you know? And she's like looking at me like, that's cute. Like the older woman, you know, like I just like, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, do you know so-and-so? She's like, no, I don't. Like, why are you talking to me? You know, she's so nice. But like, I forget how old we are.
Oh, we do
you
all
know?
the time.
We say that all the time. We're like, the thing people don't prepare you for with aging is it's just you.
Yeah.
Older.
Right.
Nothing else
Right.
is different inside.
Right.
Except for, I do think we get so much more comfort in ourselves.
Yes.
Like
Absolutely.
Beyond. You just don't
so
care.
many more like
No.
don't give a fuck.
No. Yeah. It's just like you're more comfortable being like saying no, I think.
Right.
For me.
Me
Yeah.
too. It's all boundaries. That doesn't happen
Yeah,
when you're
no.
younger.
No.
To be
And you're
able to
not
say
sure of
no.
your boundaries and you don't know how
No.
to like, and you don't know when it's okay to you know, like I think boundaries is such an amazing thing when you have them.
Yeah.
I didn't have them for so many years.
No.
But my son, Jules, who's 9, he's obsessed with Biggie Smalls and I know every word. And he was like,
Yeah.
how do you know this? And I was like, oh, it's like from when I was younger. And he was like, wait, it's old? And I was
Right.
like, excuse you.
He's like, it's
It
oldies.
still hits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, but it's so funny, like just their, like how they look at us, you know, like
Right.
Yeah.
that we're like now the adults in the room is
It doesn't
wild.
make
Yeah. We're like, no.
Yeah, no. I'm like, no, the
No.
grown-ups, I'm not the grown-up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's so that I have a 13-year-old is wild.
That is
How is he
Yeah,
with that? Because
crazy.
Elliot tells me all the time I'm cringe. And I'm like, no, I'm cool.
He's really sweet.
Yeah.
But he's definitely like, we had a bunch of his friends over, girls and boys. They were like swimming and we like were doing s'mores and we were cooking. He was cooking for everybody because he loves to cook.
He's an
an amazing cook. Yeah. And I was like, this is so embarrassing. One of the girls was like, they were doing a TikTok dance and I was like, oh my God, can I follow you? And Ace was like, I'm sorry, no. Like, you can't, don't ask my friends if you can follow them. And I was like, I just wanted to see the dance. And he was like, get out. Like, it was so, I thought you
were gonna ask to be in the dance.
I did.
with
I
us.
asked that too.
I thought you were
First I was
too.
like, should I do it? And he was like, but like, you know, like, and then I was like, can I follow you? And they were like, no. Like,
Oh
you know what I
my
mean?
God.
There's like, and then Rob will like laugh like that I'm like Busy Phillips or who is it in the original Mean Girls? Like the cool, you know, I'm a cool mom. Like,
oh, yeah.
you know,
The
like,
best. I'm
yeah,
a cool mom.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Rob's like, you're being like weird cool mom, like back
Oh, my
off.
God. How do we stop
but
it?
it's just like, you know, but then I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Like, what are you doing? Or I
Yeah.
was like taking pictures to send to the other moms and he was like, are you out of your mind? You know, like, it's just like in those moments, I'm like, I'm not cool.
I'm so scared because I still feel like I fall in like Briar like wants to hang out with
Yeah.
me and all
But
of
Ace
that.
still wants to hang out with me.
Okay.
Just like when his friends are all around, he's like,
Yeah.
can you back off? But he's still like, we go out to lunch or dinner, or like we hang,
still, like,
we
your
cook
dude.
together. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
He'll like hold my hand.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sweet.
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think
know.
you're fine for life.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're
I think
like
it just
super
depends.
close. I will
Yeah.
say, like, depending on who, she had like a new friend a few years ago, and like she stopped kissing me, and I was like, "What?" And then it came out later. She's like, "Mom, I was just scared of this friend who said like that's gross to like kiss your parents, so that's why I stopped. But I don't listen to them anymore."
Oh,
I know
Aw.
it was like something like that, whatever. But it's just like,
but how amazing that
influence.
she could tell you too.
I know.
You know, like that's all you want.
Yeah.
You know, is for them to be able to like tell you
open and
open
talk
up.
to
Yeah.
you, which is huge.
I just was saying to Ace because now he's 13. I was like, let's make an emoji that you can text me at any time if you want to like get picked up,
Oh, I love that.
or if
Yeah.
you want to, you know, you don't have to say anything. You just send that emoji and like
I'm
they're
there.
what
out.
it means.
Yeah, and like I'll be there, and there's no questions asked, and
Right.
you won't have to explain. You can just call me or text me and tell me. You know.
Yeah,
Um.
that's really good.
Yeah, I just did that. Someone told me to do that. I
Did
guess
you
it
hear
has to
about
be a
those
real
hand
random one.
signals?
What?
No.
Oh, my God.
What hand signals?
What hand signals?
This girl's life got saved because there was like a TikTok thing going on. Like if you do a certain hand signal, it means
You know
that
this? Kevin's nodding.
it means that you're not safe. So this girl had been kidnapped and she did a hand
Now I'm
signal
gonna
to
have
the
to,
car
like-
next to him. They knew the hand signal, called the police, got her.
What?
That's
Yeah.
But it's like a
amazing.
TikTok
Amazing.
hand signal. Is that
Now
what
I'm
you're
gonna
saying?
have to. Like,
I learned
I'm
about
gonna
it on
have to
Oh,
go
TikTok.
deep and like find the hand signal.
No, I
now.
think we all need to know the
Yeah,
hand
we need
signal.
to know the hand signal.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
the hand signal?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I don't either. I just know.
But yeah, but the
that
emoji has to
happened.
be super random because it's not one that he like just texts
Yeah.
often.
Yeah.
It'd be
So-
like the shrimp.
No. Yeah, the shrimp or like the gorilla
Yeah.
or like the,
Yeah.
the whale. Like it's got to be something. He picked like one that's not that random, so we should have that conversation. Actually,
What are you
"Oh,
gonna
shit."
do when he starts like wanting to go to parties
Oh my
and like a
God.
teenager?
I mean, do you guys know where he hangs out? Century City.
Oh my
No.
God.
Like they just walk around
Yeah.
the mall or
They go
whatever.
like for lunch or dinner, or they like go to the movies. Yeah.
Like a group
Uh-huh.
of girls and boys.
And he was just telling me that he's really into shopping right now, and the stores he likes are Cotton On and PacSun.
No.
That's perfect.
I know.
Oh my God.
That's
It was great
great.
because it was Kith, so this is like way better.
Yeah.
But he has his own style. The other day he came out in jorts that were
Okay.
leopard, and I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Why are you laughing?" And I was like, "I can't tell. Like, is this serious? Or like, are you gonna wear them?" And he was like, "Yeah." He just told me today. He was like, "The brands that fit me really well are Palace and
Okay.
ALD." And I was like, "Okay, thank you so much. Like, got it." But yeah, I mean, it's hard. You know, it's
And you have
it's-
such different personalities in all three.
Oh
of
my
your
God,
boys.
they're so different.
like couldn't be more
different. One is like Ace was very into sports and he still loves them, but he is very passionate about cooking. Jules is obsessed with football and baseball, and Gus is like Liza Minnelli. So it's
Dead.
just like, I don't know, like it's just like
No.
all day. Yeah. So I literally all day just spend like, it's like they can't. God forbid they all do the fucking same activity. You know what I mean? Like I just got an email about Gus's dance competition,
I can't.
and
Gus is just I would
Life.
pay.
it was like to
just-
miss school. And I was like, I'm
What?
sorry, what? Like he's not missing school. Like my 7-year-old to dance. He did a solo to espresso,
No.
and he'll be doing it again at another dance
I
competition.
need to see
Yeah,
this.
no, it's wild.
It is
It's
my
so wild.
What kind of
favorite form
dance?
It's hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah. He also takes lyrical jazz.
Does he?
He sure does. And yeah, but they're just all so different.
Oh my
I mean, at
God.
the core, they're very similar, you know, and they all
Yeah.
look a lot alike.
Yes,
They
they
really
completely
do.
do.
But they all look like
Especially if they're
Winkler.
getting older,
Yeah.
it's like, wait.
I know. Everyone thinks that Jules and Ace are twins, and Jules
They look so much
and Ace
alike.
is like
So
I'm
much
13
alike.
and he's 9. So
You're
no, we're
like,
not
that's
twins.
offensive.
Yeah.
Do any of them remind you of Rob? Like, are there
No,
ones?
they're all like me.
They are.
Jules is the most like Rob.
Yeah.
Because he's just like the most normal.
Mhm.
Ace is like me. Ace and I both like have like major anxiety, and Gus and I are the same person, and that's why we just like brawl. Like
Yeah.
he'll just be like, you know, like he just like yells and I yell back, and we're just like, it's like, but they're Jules is the most like Rob.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're all like tight. Like we hang out. We
Yeah.
you know like we like hanging out with our kids. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
You know
fun.
what's interesting? And we were talking earlier about how like you kind of gain like other mom friends
Yeah.
or whatever. But the thing that I find and like what we really relate on, and you're the same, is like parents that actually like want to be with their kids.
Yeah.
And so there's maybe one or two that I've, made
Right.
since Briar started
Right.
school that I'm really
And that you can
close
be like,
to.
Let me bounce this off of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like that same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Where so many people are like, oh my God, like kids, like just drop off the
Yeah.
kids. We're on vacation. It's just like different.
I've never had a kids club kid, so I wouldn't even
Yeah.
know what that
No.
felt like.
I know.
But like I never would assume that they would go to kids club when we're on vacation, because it's like we're on vacation.
Right. Like together.
My kids have never done it.
Like my
they've-
kids just like
I wish
refuse.
they would
Yeah.
sometimes, in the sense of like,
Weird.
because I'm like, not even for me. I need chapstick. My lips are really
You guys
chapped.
both love chapstick.
I don't even know what I just
I only
reached.
love that. It doesn't exist anymore.
I always
Like
think
Dr.
when I
Pepper
was a
lipstick.
kid, I wanted to play with kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that'd be so fun. You should like go play with kids, and they're like, no,
Right.
I don't want to.
We were just in Hawaii for spring break, and we ended up being there at the same time as some other friends from our kids' school, and it was so fun. But their kids like all went to the kids club just for like half a day, and so I
Right.
like tried to
Yeah.
get them, and they were
Yeah.
going fishing, like, and they were going to like it was so
Like, it
cool.
sounded fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would you not want to do this? And
They
like
don't.
literally, they were like,
They were
"Can you
like,
come
no."
get us now?
Yeah.
Like, why are we here?"
Briar
I was like, wasn't that
once.
fun? Yeah,
Totally.
no.
Her and her friend were like, okay, just an hour. We can
Yeah.
go. Maybe we wanted to try to get a massage or something.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
my
yeah.
friend and I, they were like, what the fuck was
Yeah,
that?
they were like, absolutely not.
It was like
never
1
again.
hour.
Yeah,
and
it's
I was
so-
even nervous for the hour.
Yeah.
Like, I got to get back to her.
I
you
know,
know?
I know. It's
was
funny.
like,
I
no.
don't know. Yeah. It's hard to
not.
find parents like that
Yeah.
that are like on the same page as
and
you.
we
Yeah.
keep talking about this too. We think that like we're normal.
Yeah,
Right?
I
That's
know.
what we think.
I know.
We're
but
not.
then the
we're
more
not.
people we meet, we're like, oh, we're not.
Right. We're not. We're
Yeah.
not normal.
We're
It's-
not normal.
It seems like I thought we were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the more evidence, I'm like, oh, people are different.
Yeah.
They're very different.
Yeah. Also, like birth order is so different.
Mm.
Like, you know, like Ace is my first.
Right.
So like with Gus, I'm sure he'll be like at Coachella when he's 8. But like
Yeah.
Ace wanted to go this year, and I was like with his friends, and I was like, I don't know. Like,
Wow.
Yeah.
it feels like
Early.
And they
But
all
wouldn't
went.
you go if he went?
So Rob was supposed to go, but it was Passover.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all of a sudden we were like, we're super Jewish, so we have to
Yeah.
do Passover. And Ace was like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's Passover.
Like, sorry. Like, this is the first time we've
he was
ever-
like, what? Like, and you're like, yeah, so you can't go. And he cried. He was super bummed. I mean, he was like, all his friends went, you know, and they were, and I love his friends. I love them.
Yeah.
But I just like, I don't know, I felt, because Rob couldn't go, I like want Rob to go for
Yeah.
the first time. If they go together.
Yeah, I get that.
I get that.
I
I
don't
saw
know, it
like
just
other
feels-
parents bringing like maybe they're a teenager or a tween, and I was just thinking like, when is the age where you're like,
Right.
okay, let's do this?
Well, they
Some
all
people
went.
bring little kids.
Yeah.
Well, that's I feel like is different.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
But
they're
yeah.
not going for the
And the teenagers, I feel
experience.
like it's kind of like
the cool thing to do.
they get it, you know?
I'm scared
Oh, yeah.
of having
They really want to see
teenagers.
Travis Scott.
They want Travis
Oh.
Scott so bad.
Yeah, but I was like, so Travis Scott goes on at like 12, which really means he probably goes on at 1, and then you're gonna
in the
like,
morning?
In
Yeah.
the morning?
Yeah,
No, that
No,
is
it
ludicrous.
was ludicrous. Yeah, but no, so he didn't go, but maybe next year. But yeah,
No.
Ace loves hardcore rap.
That's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
That's his number one.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I think about lately of like making new friends?
Hmm.
And this is something that we found in you when we first met you. You were the kind of friend that from day one, it was like, let's lay in bed together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, heaven.
Like day one, it
Wait,
was like
the
we were
funniest
in
thing-
your bed and it was like, oh, we're home. And then you have those other people you could know forever and you're never going to get in
Ever.
their bed.
No, I
Ever.
know.
Like,
And
so
I don't
awkward.
want friends I can't like.
No,
in
me
bed with.
neither.
I just don't even want
If
it.
we're at my house and we go towards my bedroom, Olivia immediately gets in my bed.
Yeah.
in the bed.
What could be better?
Nothing.
The only thing is if you get into my bed with regular clothes on, you
She
will be
lets
kicked
me.
out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
she-
mean,
you let her?
well,
Yeah, she lets me.
under the sheet, under the covers, it's a little like you're gonna wear your clothes like under the covers
Yeah.
of the sheets. I
Sometimes.
don't love that.
I could never.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, sometimes
is
I just
gross.
lay
Like,
on
I have
top.
that
We have to
too.
change this in- yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the cozy factor of like we're not gonna sit here and pretend to be like
Beyond.
proper
To be
Yeah.
cozy.
normal people.
Yeah, no.
Wait, the funniest
Yeah.
thing though is because I don't know, like I was talking to my therapist once about like if I have social anxiety or whatever, and she's like, I think you're just extremely shy. So like when we first were around you, I was like, I'm obsessed with Zoe. Leah, you need to go over and make her our friend. Like I couldn't do it myself, so I made Leah do it. And she
love
did.
her.
She
She
was
did.
like the first one. I'm like, you need to make sure Zoe's our friend. So you need to go over there and make that happen. Because I
She
couldn't
did.
do it. And she did it.
Ugh, I
She did a
miss
good
her
job.
too. I haven't seen her
I
in so
know.
long. Oh God, that time was such a time.
Yeah, we were like, she's our friend.
Yeah.
And but you weren't like, your girlfriends weren't around. You were like with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
So we just
Yeah.
were like, she's ours
You were
now.
with-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
is
God.
not.
You dated him for a while.
Oh my God, so long. I talked about him on one podcast and he told me it was like defamation, so I can't do it again. I think he was kidding, but it was definitely like not great. But yeah, that was such like, and then we broke up. He cheated on me. We broke up, and I was
That's right.
devastated. And like, could
I
you
remember.
imagine if like that was my life now?
No.
I'd die. Like
What does he do?
he has a great, I mean, he has a great
He's
job.
got a
He
life.
Yeah, he has a great
Oh,
life, and he's
okay.
married to like
Yeah.
a really, really, really amazing, lovely woman who's pretty, and he has a son, and
Yeah.
But,
We
like,
were there through those times.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I
That was not a good
heartbroken.
time.
No, that was a really dark time.
That was
for
not
me.
a good time.
That was a very dark time for me.
It was.
I was devastated.
Devastated.
And also, like, I think to myself all the time, like, you wanted someone back that cheated on you. Like, that you
Right.
saw proof that cheated on you. Like, you
Yeah.
saw pictures and he cheated on you.
Yeah.
I remember the girl.
Yes.
Oh my God, that girl.
I do. I do.
Oh my
I
God.
do. That was a time.
Oh my God.
That was like a real.
Remember she threatened to like kick my ass and I cried?
Did she?
Yeah, I cried. I
Did
was
she?
like, that's really mean. Like, I don't understand what you're saying. I feel like you're not, like, that's not nice.
We all held that grudge.
Oh
for
my God.
So.
Oh my God.
We went down for that one.
Yeah, we went to the grave with that grudge. By the way, I still fucking hold it.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm happily married, have 3 kids, like obsessed with my husband, and I hate that woman.
That was rough.
She came to my house.
She came to your
Remember,
house?
she hung out with us, hung out in my house, and was having
What?
sex with my boyfriend.
What? Wait.
Yes.
Okay, now
She
it's
came
coming
to like
back.
4th of July.
4th
She
of
came
July.
to parties at my house.
That's
she hung
right.
out. She pretended to be my friend and was having sex with my boyfriend. Yeah.
But speaking of cheating, we were talking about that this
We
morning.
were.
We felt like cheating. No, I'm just kidding.
But like as you get older,
Mm-hmm.
it seems to lose less of the severity. Like, well, look, it's circumstantial and it's like person to person, whatever. But it seems to be what am I
less of
trying
a big
to say?
deal. If Rob cheated on me, he'd be dead. In a
Right.
gutter.
And she feels that way about
Yeah,
Jeff.
like,
She said I'm an outlier for feeling like that.
if he cheated on me, there would be no coming
No,
back.
my
Never.
point is as you get
Never.
older and let's say you have a partner of like 20, and I know how you guys are, but like, 20 to
But
30
others.
years and you're like, there's no emotional connection. It's just physical to like experience something else because it's something I need to do.
Absolutely not.
Nope.
I know you two would never let that happen.
Never.
But could you see in another situation?
No. I just like for me
like,
that's like
never.
so. If it was a conversation, I think
Yeah.
if someone came to me and said that, if my husband came to me and was like, I'd be like, then we're not meant to be.
What if it's like a best friend of yours in their relationship? Like, do you feel like you would have understanding for that?
I would never. I would always. I wouldn't like.
You wouldn't
I can't
judge, yeah.
judge. This
Right.
is just for me.
Right.
Like
That's right.
And I can't judge somebody that like has infidelity and stays. Like I think that you do whatever works
Right.
for you, and there's like zero judgment, and like I'm sure it works out great. I would not be able to move forward. Like just me as a human, like it would just be so painful for me because I am so like all in,
Mm-hmm.
and I just don't think I could do that. If it was a conversation and like if my best friend said to me like I want to experience something else, I would say like talk to your husband about it or your
Mhm.
wife or like
Mhm.
have that conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like that I can respect. Like if it's something,
Totally.
if you're not getting your needs met, there's so many different, everyone's different.
We're the same.
Yeah.
Because Rachel's like, and I told her too, I was like, I think even you would feel that way if Jeff cheated on me.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah.
and he said to me
Jeff's
the
not
other
allowed to
day,
do that.
he said, do you care if I go on a guy's trip to ski, whatever? And I said, listen, I don't care what you do. As long as you don't cheat on me or do something to put your life in danger,
Right.
go have a blast.
Does he not go on boys' trips?
Well, he's like, so don't cheat on you and don't do anything that'll put me in danger. And I said, yeah. And he's like, I'm going to tell him I can't go.
So good.
But
No, he
Because
doesn't
Rob goes
really.
away with his friends once a year. He goes skiing with them.
I wouldn't
does?
care in a
Yeah.
million years.
She
I'm like,
wants him to
please
go.
go.
and to Vegas.
Yeah.
By the way, like,
I don't trip on that at
No.
all. I was
She
like,
wants him
yeah,
to go
right.
and do the things.
yeah, he was like, I was just joking
Yeah,
more. I'm
no,
like,
of
as long
course,
as
of
there's
course,
no
of course,
hookers
yeah.
or,
Yeah.
I want him to go experience
Of
life.
course. Yeah.
That's the boundary though.
Yeah.
That's it.
Me too.
Yeah.
And by the way, like, and I love that about Rob. He'll be like, go away, like, go with your girlfriends, like,
Yeah.
go, like, take a break, like, and him too. Like, he works so hard. Like, I want him to do that.
Same.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, cheating to me is like a real,
It's a hard line.
it's a hard line.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I definitely, when I was younger, like, agree. I also haven't, I haven't been in a long term in like a minute. So
Mhm.
I'm coming from a different mentality because I'm not
Right.
actually like in something
Right.
where I'd be like, I will kill you
Yeah.
if you do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just interesting though. Just
I wonder if
things,
people have like open marriages, like
They
that
do.
we know,
They do.
100%.
that we don't know,
100%.
that we know that we don't know have them.
I would,
know?
I would imagine.
I
Yeah.
would say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
because it's happening.
We have friends
know
that
it's
tried
happening.
it, but it didn't work. and
Right.
Yeah.
They're divorced now.
I can't imagine that it would work. Like that's insane to think that it would,
Right.
but maybe it would.
Some people I think are so detached
Mhm.
emotionally
Mm-hmm.
as humans.
But maybe it's also that they're detached sexually.
Yeah, because I
Oh,
don't
right.
think it can just be physical.
I mean, personally, it's hard. I have had experiences though where it's just physical, and
I'm sure I have too.
Yeah.
And, like, I was like never want to be.
No.
But I think my brain would always go to like, but what if?
of
you
course,
know?
the fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They're
also
gonna fall in love with me and marry me.
Right.
if it's
yeah.
personal,
And then I'm going to be like, no, thanks.
Yeah.
here's where it gets confusing. So if you say it's just physical, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I were to go do that and it just be physical, it's so deeply personal that I would hurt the person I'm with
Mm-hmm.
in order to just have something physical. It's not physical.
Mm-hmm.
That's a deeply personal choice
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
of some sort of need that's not being met.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so unless it's an agreement, like we're both cool with this, we're both fine to go do physical things outside of the marriage. If you're doing it without your partner's consent, it can't just be physical.
Right. Because you're making a choice
You're making
to
a
hurt another person.
Choice. Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like for me, like, do you ever watch like a movie or something? I'm watching that show Friends and Neighbors right now.
Me
Your
too.
favorite-
She is too.
Oh my God.
Love.
And I have like anxiety when I'm
Mhm.
watching it, you know, because like, and I think like all the time, like to live with like a lie
Mm-mm.
would be impossible for me.
Mhm.
Like it would like the anxiety alone of like being caught or found out or,
Mhm.
you know, I mean, obviously I'm not going to like start stealing from people, but like, you know, like any of any sort would just be too much for me to take.
Right.
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
even
either.
if I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
I tell Rachel the weirdest things. I'm like, you should know I'm going to dinner with other people tonight.
Literally. She's like, I
okay.
felt weird. You kept talking and didn't hear me say I was going to dinner, so I have to tell you now that I went to dinner last night.
Rachel's like, that's so great.
I'm like, that is weird that you went to dinner and I didn't know that you went to dinner
Because it's
last
kind of
night.
creepy. You know what I mean? It's like kind of creepy if I was like,
Is
I
your
went,
whole group of friends still tight?
yeah. But different.
Yeah.
No?
But different. It's
Right.
like the asterisk there.
Go ahead.
No, but it goes to like things just change.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And like her and I were kind of same path, like mom's first, like that, you know? So
Mhm.
it's like, it's just different.
Yeah.
Who are you are you doing interviews now? Is it like hit or miss?
We do
like,
both.
You do both.
Yeah. I do like conversations. Like I just
Yeah.
did this woman, Mother Could, who I didn't ever know about, but she is the biggest like mommy blogger. She has like 2.1 million followers. It's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah. She's amazing. I've interviewed like some housewives. That was a really
my
Fun.
moment for me. And then like Max has come on, my sister-in-law's come on,
Yeah.
my mom, obviously my dad. So like, but we just like went on a little break for summer because I'm going to be traveling so much.
Mhm.
So should we do a tour together?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do a tour.
Let's do a tour.
Great.
I'm serious.
love your mom.
Great. Let's
That
do
would
it.
be the most fun in the
Yeah.
We
world.
would have the best.
No,
like
it's
us
great.
on a bus.
Let's do it.
Zoe on a
what?
bus.
Zoe. No, but like a
You
good
lost
one.
me at bus. I don't understand.
I want to go on a tour bus with you.
Okay. My mom won't come though. She would never
Okay,
do a bus.
fine.
She'll
We
fly.
won't do a
She'll
bus.
fly. She'll meet us there. We'll do the tour bus and
Dad,
she'll
you
come.
said bus. I'm like, oh, do you know who you're talking to?
I was like,
Kevin, I
bus?
had train dreams last night. It was so weird.
They're on my YouTube now.
The trains?
Oh yeah, Japan trains too.
The
That's
bullet train.
so
I was just in
weird.
Japan and I was telling him we took the bullet train, which is on his list.
Did you guys see that there's like the new Orient Express train?
What?
It's supposed to be like insane.
No.
Yeah.
Where?
I don't know.
Oh.
I just,
Asia?
In Asia,
Yeah,
I
but
think.
like,
I don't know, but
where
I
does it
saw
go?
it. I came across my thing, my feed, and it was
That's so
so
weird.
nice. Yeah.
we're all being fed trains.
Yeah.
I saw someone take a train. Have you seen this? And it has like a private little like pod.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is my entire YouTube channel. It's just these
It was
people.
on my Instagram and I'm like, that looks so cozy. It was like
Yeah.
13, like from Austria to somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
And they were in like this little, but
Yeah,
it's
it looks
your
like
little,
amazing.
Oh, I want to see.
I want a little.
yeah.
I will edit this
space.
podcast and have those videos in the background.
That's
Perfect.
amazing.
All right, we're going on a train or a bus or a plane.
I can't wait. We're going on tour.
We're going on tour.
Let's do it.
That would be
the most.
the most.
Oh my God, I would die. That would be so fun.
Die.
Yeah. I love you guys. Thank you for having
you
me.
Love you
so
so
much.
much.
See
I
you
want to
on
keep
tour.
doing it. See you on tour.
Can I tell you how much I appreciated Zoe being like, do not wear your street clothes like into my bed?
I know, but sometimes I wear my street clothes into your bed.
I don't love it. Like in the bed? Like on the bed?
I'm on the bed. I'm not like in your
When
bed.
you get back from like an airplane,
I don't go in the sheets.
would you go in the sheets in your airplane clothes?
No, but I don't go in the sheets in my street clothes either.
In my bed.
In anyone's bed. In
Oh,
my
yeah,
bed. I don't
you
do
can
it in
go
your bed. I go
on my
on the
bed.
bed.
Sometimes you go in the bed, don't you?
Do I?
I think
Maybe
so.
if I'm in like sweats.
That's different.
That's different.
Yeah.
If I'm
Airplane
like in
clothes,
sweats,
though.
I do
you
it.
take them off immediately?
Yeah.
Have we talked about this?
Yeah.
We've talked about airplanes and clothes, but I don't think we've talked about airplane clothes. Maybe not immediately, but I do think about, I don't know, kind of like a post-COVID thing. I'm now like much more aware of germs on planes. And so I feel like I change a little faster than I definitely normally do.
Do you wipe down your seat when you get on the plane?
That I don't. And I honestly should,
I do.
but my wife does. But I do wash my hands way more now.
Of
I think in the
course.
last like 2 years than I have in probably my whole life.
And you probably have been sick less, too.
I have. And
It's a proven fact.
I even like when Lee and I go for a walk around the block, we both wash our hands when we get home and we're not even doing any. I don't know. It's just
That's
like
It's just
Interesting.
habit, like when you get back into the
get
house.
inside. Yeah.
I can relate to that.
He's like, when we go on a walk, we wear these bubbles that protect
We
us.
play in the dirt.
Yeah. Well, that is one thing that's not as good as the overwashing of the hands for the kids isn't good.
Really?
They need the germs
Yeah, yeah.
in order to build
their
immunity.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like Jeff doesn't get sick
And
because he's been exposed to so many germs.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So like we'll get taken out. The whole family will be like boom, boom, boom.
Sure.
And even if it's like a flu, like fevers and throwing up and all of that.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's weird.
Whenever I get sick, it is, I want to say 99% of the time if I'm sleep deprived.
right.
If I go
Yeah.
multiple days without good sleep, almost guaranteed I get sick. But it's never like, oh, I was around sick people. So I guess I have a
Right.
pretty good immune system. But if I go, it's like 3 days, like probably on the hour. It's just like, all right, I'm sick. I'm out for a couple days. It's
Mhm.
always sleep related.
Can we talk about sleep?
Sure.
It's Olivia's favorite thing.
We were
How
talking
many-
about it before we started too.
Oh, yeah, we were.
Yeah.
How many hours of sleep do you guys need a night? How many do you want? And
Sure.
how many do you get?
My body wakes me up after 7 no matter what.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not thrilled.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
But they
think you
say
need
7.
more?
I don't know. They say 7 is legit. Don't they?
I think it's
Well, I know the
From what
general
I'm
is like
told,
8, but I feel
yeah.
like 7's the new 8.
Doesn't it
Okay.
drop an hour like every decade of your life or something?
Does it?
because like old
I
people
think so. Yeah.
get up so early.
Yeah, like 5
I'm old.
a.m.
I get up early. You don't get up early? You get
Me?
up early because you
I
have
get
to.
up early, but the thing is that I think my body actually needs, I get like 7 hours.
Yeah.
I think my body needs 9.
12.
12, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Like
I
a
don't
kid.
think, huh?
Like a kid.
I don't think I'm getting enough sleep.
I'm definitely getting less, and now I weirdly have been napping more. Never like long naps, but I don't know, 30, 45 minutes, because I've had pretty consistently very early recordings, but I'm a night owl, so I will go to bed at 2,
Whoa.
2:30 most nights, get up at 7,
Whoa.
and then around 3 I crash.
Yeah.
And then sleep for whatever 45 minutes or an hour, get up, and then kind of go through the day. But I am at my best when I'm at like 7 plus. So I've been doing a lot of like 5-hour nap in the middle of the day and then keep pushing. So it doesn't feel good. Someone was giving me a hard time about it recently. So.
Yeah, it doesn't. Why can't you go to sleep earlier?
I am 100% awake at 2 a.m.
Whoa.
Almost every
Wait,
night. Yeah.
Are you sure that's not because you're napping every day at 3?
Probably, but even then, Leah's the opposite. She just always gets up at 6 a.m. 7 days a week. And I'm the inverse of it, where I just can't. I'm always awake between midnight and 2 a.m. for some reason. And I've tried like hacking it a little bit, but I kind of like being up. There's something very soothing about being up when I just get so much done. If it's work stuff or cleaning stuff or anything. And so I don't know. I don't mind it that much. But then when I consistently have like, all right, I have to get up at 7 a.m. every day and I'm going to bed at 2 or 3, eventually my body will adjust to it. But that's kind of the weird thing with my work is the schedules change every day.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So,
What time does Leah go to sleep?
11.
Oh.
Yeah. She between 11 and midnight.
Oh, late.
Yeah, sometimes earlier, but
I'm like, I try to force myself to 9:30, so I sleep through the night.
Yeah.
she probably would go to sleep earlier if it wasn't for me, because I'm just wide awake. But like we were saying, she can function with 5-6 hours every single day.
Women, I find. Oh,
Not
except
me.
for you.
No.
Oh, no, actually, never mind.
I think my circadian rhythm is messed up because of getting up at 5 every day.
Sure, yeah.
So I can get 7 hours, but if I stretch that 7 hours out and I go to sleep at like 11 and wake up later, I'm not as tired. So it could be the same amount of hours, but getting up in the dark.
There's something to getting up at like 5 a.m. that
I
no
don't
matter
think it's
what,
good for me.
it's not good for you for sure. But I know when I do that throughout the day, I'll be so tired by like 3 or 4, just because I've been up since 5, no matter how much sleep I got.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the hours. It's like when you wake up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the dark. I think it's a circadian rhythm thing.
It could
What
be.
does Jeff say?
He doesn't think it's good for me.
It's not good for you.
He thinks that I should be
You are not a person that
working
can
out
do what
later
Nicole
in the day.
does. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not. You're built completely differently.
What does Nicole do?
She's like ready and raring to go. Like if she has to wake up at 4:30, boom, and she's there and ready.
Yeah.
And she will stay up till like 11, 12 at night.
Uh-huh.
Whereas I'm forcing myself, I'll go to sleep at like 8:30, get up at 5 and be like ruined for the day. Where she's like, what? I feel great. And I'm like, I don't understand.
You're just built differently.
Yeah.
You can't do that program.
I took today off.
You did?
Yeah, I wrote them last night and I was like, guys, I need to sleep because we've got baseball games in the morning on Saturday and Sunday. And I'm just like, I need a day
What time did you
to
wake
sleep.
up?
7.
Oh, that's like a sleep in.
That's sleeping in
Yeah,
for me.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, it's
Same.
fantastic.
You feel good?
No, I'm still tired. I'm even more tired, I think. Because my body was like
Confused.
confused.
Did you get to sleep in Puerto Vallarta? Which, by the way,
Yes,
saw on
every day.
My friend posted on Instagram today, fun time in PV. And I knew what he was referring to because of you guys.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
I slept in every day till my body wanted to wake up.
Yeah.
That's the thing is that I'm never sleeping till my body says it's time to wake up.
Right.
It's
We have
all
kids.
alarm based.
Yeah. Children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like it. I like the children.
Yeah.
I just don't like waking up early.
Yeah.
I always wake up before Briar.
I don't understand that.
I know. I don't know.
What are you thinking about?
What do you mean?
Like, what are you thinking about? What's waking you up?
Coffee.
No, but you wake up and are you...
And I'm excited to go make my coffee.
Okay, so you're just like, let's go. The day is upon us.
Love it. At night, I just get excited that I get to go to sleep to wake up to my coffee. You know this.
So you get to like lay there in bed and drink it.
No.
Oh, what do you do then?
I have to make her lunch and do all the things, and she's still asleep, and then I wake her up. Bless you.
Bless you.
Here's the thing. I did all that last night because I knew I wanted to sleep in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I was like, I'm going to get ahead of this bad boy and make the lunches and get their outfits out and have everything ready
The night before.
so that I can sleep until 7.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
Yeah. I don't make the lunch the night before.
I don't either,
I know.
but it did work out well.
Good. You should do it again.
Yeah.
Do you make their lunch every day?
Yeah.
You have to because of allergies, because of Elliot.
Yeah, Elliot can't eat anything at school.
Right.
I had a recording canceled this morning, and you would think that like before this one, and you would think my body would be like, great, more sleep. And I did get to sleep more, but I think my brain also was like, I'm the same way. I get woken up by alarms every morning. And I think that I kept changing the wake up time. So then I think my mind and body did not feel aligned of like, well, what's happening? When are we waking up?
Yeah.
And so then I just was, even though I technically got more sleep, I was I could just feel like, okay, I am more rested, but my body was like, don't fuck with us.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It is interesting. I want to go to sleep right now. It's making me want to go to sleep.
You know how we know we're real friends?
How?
We had a bunch of meetings the other day and a bunch of stuff to do. And we sat down on the couch and we both said, we're going to close our eyes. And we just both closed our eyes and fell asleep for a little bit and woke
Nice.
up and
Two
got
little
back to our
mini
day.
naps.
That's amazing.
But to me, that signifies true comfort.
Well,
Totally.
here's the thing. You're sharing a hotel room with someone you don't know very well. Okay?
Oh, no.
Exactly. But how do you know when to be like, okay, time to stop talking and just go to sleep? Do you not find that awkward?
I find it awkward that you're sharing a hotel room with someone you don't know.
Complete stranger.
Yeah, like what's up?
No,
with-
like a new friend, let's say. Like you're not at that comfort level, you know?
That's horrible.
Like, how do you know when to, like, you know, that awkward, like, oh, okay, is it now the time to stop talking and go to sleep?
see, whereas us, we could just be like, stop talking.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to sleep.
We don't have to say it. We just fall asleep.
while the other person's talking.
I went on a podcast tour like 7 years ago with a show, and I knew all of the engineers. We all worked together for years, and I was responsible for booking all the rooms and didn't really think anything of it. I was like 25 or something. And so I just booked, and it was all men, but I would book the room and then they'd be like, okay, in what room am I in? And I'd give them like basically the duplicate of my key. And they'd be like, are we sharing a room? And I didn't like at the time think anything of it. And then every guy was like, what are we doing? Like, I was like, it's not the same bed, but they were like, okay, next time I want my own room.
Yeah,
That's really funny.
I think that's a big deal.
But it was a similar thing of like, okay, good night.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck is my life?
Okay, I guess stop talking. Go
Yeah.
to sleep.
I did go on we had to go to this festival thing, and I went with Nadine,
Yeah.
and we were sleeping in the same bed, and
Not even the two double beds?
no,
Just
we
one
were
bed?
sleeping in the same bed, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
No, I know. But I mean, like in a room, usually you can get two. Go ahead.
But here's the problem.
What?
She listens to meditations as she goes to sleep.
But then do they stop?
No.
Oh, no.
No. So one night it didn't stop.
Oh,
and it's like an ad came
no.
in at like 2 a.m. It's like, this is Jason
Yeah.
Statham. But like it was like some random
That's it has to turn off.
So I had to go around and turn it off. And she woke up and I was standing over her in the middle of the night. She's like, ah! And I'm like, this is when you die. You know? But I had to like go find
No,
her
it has
phone
to
and
turn
her
off.
It didn't
It would
turn
wake
off.
me up.
Yeah.
It's awful.
So the next night I was like, I love you. The meditation is fine.
Uh-huh.
it has
It
to turn
has
off.
to stop though. It has to turn off because the ads come in screaming at
Yeah,
you.
I know.
No.
I know. I've done it all.
You have.
Yes, because I'll have kids that sleep over that need the white noise or this or that or like,
Oh.
you know, but I've done it myself where sometimes even if the air purifier stays on all night,
Yeah.
like that noise, it'll just wake me up.
Oh, see, I like the
Interesting.
noise.
Me too.
I'll do
Like
my
white noise, yeah.
noise machine broke and Jeff snores so bad.
Oh no, I
So now I
can't do that.
do it on
Sorry.
my phone, but Spotify does have a 10-hour.
I know. I've done those.
10-hour.
That's wild.
I've
It's
done
amazing.
those.
Leah and I don't have a TV in our bedroom, and we went to Vegas with a group of friends last year, and it was similar, like two like beds in one room. We were with our friends, and they were like, "Oh, we have the TV on every night before we go to bed," and I was like, "Sure, okay." I didn't really think anything of it, but then I was like, "I can't fall asleep,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they just had a show playing, and the volume was quiet, but. Eventually, when I noticed they fell asleep, I went over and turned the
Turned it
TV off
off.
because I was like, I'm just gonna be awake the whole night.
Can I tell you when I went into labor and in delivery in the hotel.
What hotel?
In the hotel, in the hospital, and I'm laying there, and the sun came up, and they're like, "Okay, now you have the epidural. Like you can sleep. Try to sleep." Well, Hayden fell asleep on the couch with but he left the TV on. So I laid in the hospital bed where I couldn't get up. Like I couldn't get up. Nothing. And the TV was on, so I couldn't fall asleep.
Why didn't you do the nurse button?
You know, I would never press a nurse button.
For sleep, I would fucking scream, nurse!
You would.
Hell yeah.
No, I'm the one that would be like, I can't bother the nurse.
Yeah. Where I would press that button and be like, I'm so sorry, I can't sleep. The noise is
The noise.
on
And I
can't
remember
reach
being
a remote.
so mad at him. He's like passed out, and I'm like laying in the hospital bed.
Yeah.
And the TV was left on, so I couldn't fall asleep.
That sounds like probably every relationship.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Totally. Yeah, Leah
Right
can fall
there.
asleep immediately. It's like a superpower. I can't. It takes me
Same.
a very long time to
Me
fall
too.
asleep.
But Jeff will, I'll fall asleep. We'll be watching a show. I'll fall asleep.
Yeah.
So then he'll change it to like one of his things, which are like
Loud.
action,
Uh-huh.
loud.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just like, oh my God, can you just put back on what we
The
were
soothing.
watching?
Yeah.
And then I'll catch up.
Uh-huh.
So now that's what we do a lot of the times. I
My
have to go back and watch it.
my parents have YouTube TV and like set it up
Yeah.
at
Oh, yeah.
our place, which I guess you could do. And so Lee and I have been having like the news on when we're making dinner, and I'm like, man, I haven't listened to commercials in
Oh my
like
gosh, right.
years.
Yeah.
It feels kind of, but we like it. It's like comforting. It
It
feels
is.
nostalgic. So
Our kids, they're like, what's a commercial?
Uh huh.
I know. And then you'll randomly,
What? What?
I was just going to say, sometimes I'll see like someone I know. I'm like, oh, there's David Haley on the Ozempic commercial.
Yeah.
You know, it'll just be like, that's interesting. I forgot commercials existed.
Yeah.
I forgot that you existed.
Except for,
There's more.
she's trying to go to sleep.
I know. I'm like, I'm done, guys. We're done here.
I do watch the news every night.
I can't watch the news. That's not what you were going to say.
No, I don't remember what I was going to say.
Check out Zoe's podcast.
Yes.
What in the Winkler?
What in the Winkler?
Everyone needs a Winkler.
Dude.
You guys are going to be on it soon.
Oh, we are?
Mm-hmm.
Very excited.
Yep.
Oh, on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes, not the news.
He's like, because
You never know.
I'm going to murder you.
Last episode.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Hey guys, this is our final episode. You will see us on the news.
That was a Headgum podcast.